Al, we do shoot a lot of bull around here,
We do that.
but we also talk stock. Al, we had another great week in the markets this week. Let's do a quick market update here. As of Tuesday, so we had a short week and a long weekend as well. But Tuesday, market was down a little bit, came back a little bit on Wednesday. We had a big gap down on Thursday. And the crazy thing is they were talking a lot about the headline was inflation fears again. It outweighs that job data. The jobless claims was actually pretty good. The first time under 400,000 since the pandemic era. So basically the S&Ps, the NASDAQ, the Dow were all down for the week as of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Right.
Now, oil, we've been talking a lot about oil the past few weeks. It's been skyrocketing here. I mean, it's been going up pretty good the last few weeks here, really going back into the beginning of the year, and in roughly around the $68-$69 mark. Now, with gold and silver, they had a little bit of a drop on Thursday. I should say not a little one, but a big drop on Thursday, erasing gains for quite some time for the last few weeks here. But we've been talking a lot about the U.S. dollar as well. So that's been driving a lot of these stock market gains and declines in the week. Now, Thursday, we had a pretty big up day in the U.S. dollar, which reflects in the stock market. So what's been going on with the stock market, the U.S. dollar, interest rates, jobless claims, a lot of the headline news that's driving a lot of this, AMC, another wild week. What's going on?
Well, I think the big thing is that people are watching the Fed. They're concerned about what the Fed's next move might be. Because when you think about it, the run-up that we've had basically since 2009, the end of the last recession, has been Fed-fueled. The monetary fiscal policy has been very accommodative. And really without that, we probably, who knows where we would be, but certainly not where we are now. So people are concerned about the fact that they may pull back on that. If you look at the income that a lot of people are receiving now, about a third of all disposable income just recently came from the Fed, from the government. So people are concerned about what might be coming down the road. That's why there's so much attention to these reports that are coming out and so much movement. A lot of that movement we know is caused by emotions, and really that's what drives the market. It's emotions and uncontrolled emotions by a lot of people. And one of our goals is to help our students to control that emotion.
Yeah,
but the important thing is what's going to happen going forward. And people are asking, should I stay in the market? Should I get in the market? Should I get out? What should I do? And it all gets down to, number one, knowing how the markets function. And, I think a lot of people know who Robert Kiyosaki is, the Rich Dad author. He said that, this is a quote from him: "Financial freedom is available to those that learn about it and work for it." And there's three key words in what he said there. Number one is learn about it. And what he's saying is that get the knowledge, get the education, get the knowledge on how the market functions and how you can use that market to your advantage. And number two, work for it. If anything that you do that is worthwhile is worth working for, worth putting some effort into it. And then the third important word there is available. The financial freedom is available. It's not guaranteed, but it is available. The opportunities are there. And the important thing with that knowledge is not just getting the knowledge, it's how to use it. Successful trading really is not what you know, it's knowing how to use what you know. So if you looked at two portfolios, you looked at one based on hope and guessing, and then one based on proper knowledge, which one do you think is going to be more effective, more beneficial?
Well, I would say knowledge, but you need something else as well.
You need the skills.
You need the skills and the tools.
Yeah, and that's knowing how to use the knowledge that you have. And that's an important part of having the opportunity or having, financial freedom available to you, is knowing how to use the knowledge. The skill building is a big part of it. That's not something that you can just read a quick little book about. That's a process that builds over time. And that's really, I think, what the advantage that the Online Trading Academy, our sponsor, provides. They're really kind of masters at helping their students to develop the skills to use the knowledge. Part of that knowledge also is not just knowing what to do, it's knowing what not to do. It's having the patience to let the market come to you, let the market do what it's going to do, because you can't control it. What you can do is to, let me put it this way. If you don't know where the top and the bottom of a market is, why not just follow those that create the top and the bottom? And who's that? It's
That's the
not
big
Josh and
banks.
it's not Al. It's the big banks,
We
the big
wish.
institutions. Well, we wish. We're working on that. Maybe someday we'll be there.
But you want to follow those that are doing it.
Right, exactly. If they're moving price, and think about it. What is the primary goal to have when you're making an investment or a trade? It's to have something that goes in your favor, is beneficial to you, and provides the greatest amount of benefit. That means identifying the right price to get into that is a low risk entry level, and then also identifying a profit potential that is worth whatever risk there is that you take on.
Yeah, some of the crazy things you talked about there is, especially with like the jobless claims being the lowest in the pandemic era. I've been hearing a lot of employers are having a hard time finding
are.
people to work.
Sure.
So with the Fed fueling a lot of the income, like you said, with a third of the income is coming from the Fed, there's kind of a disconnect there. So we could see something, either really good for some people coming up or catastrophic for people coming up, especially in the market. So you do need the knowledge, but you also need the skills. And you talk about building the skills. It takes time to learn that. Well, our sponsor, Online Trading Academy, has the tools to speed that up, the tools and the rules. So that way you don't have to go through that long process of trying to figure it out on your own. Learn from the people that have done it for many, many years. We have instructors that have been teaching and trading the financial markets for several years. But you have to understand how the markets actually function. And that's based off of supply and demand. Al, you mentioned that one word that a lot of people don't like to talk about. It's income. And with the Fed potentially slowing down that income stream, a lot of people need to understand, what do I have options to? What can I use, maybe included with my job? People are looking at the markets as an opportunity.
Right.
Coming up next, we will be right back.